My name is Ridhiima Kapoor. I'm a managing associate at Osier, which is a global offshore law firm. I've been based typically in the Cayman Islands, but I've been seconded out to our new Dubai office earlier this year. I've had the opportunity to study abroad at a young age at 16 when I was in Italy. I've also studied in the UK for my law degree and postgrad. And I'd done a previous secondment to Jersey in the Channel Islands several years ago. But this is a much longer secondment out to Dubai. And I moved out here in January of this year, 2024. It's been a fast-paced experience. It's been very different to my previous times moving abroad, because in this instance, the purpose of me being out here is to help to develop the investment funds and corporate presence on the legal side of our firm in Dubai, which opened in November last year. I always had an interest in humanities. And so when it came to deciding what I wanted to study when it was time for university, law felt like the natural course. And so I ended up studying that. I enjoyed it and did my postgraduate. And then I eventually came back home to Cayman to do my articles of clerkship with Osier, and I've been with them about 12 years since. So I think it's natural when you're abroad to feel a bit homesick, especially although I had studied abroad, I had been back home for a long time, for several years. And so I'm so used to being, in our kind of Cayman kind small community. I'm so used to growing up like that. So it's different kind of moving out back to a new city and a big city again. But my way of kind of, overcoming that is that I keep myself pretty busy. We've been doing a lot of work with our new office here. In addition, I keep in touch with my family and friends back home. I still, although there's distance, I'm still involved with various projects and community activities that I'm involved with back home. So for example, I serve on the board for the Special Economic Zone Authority. And so I still continue my work remotely from here, which has been great. I recently spoke on a panel that was organized by Jersey Finance and a few other sponsors, and it was in relation to global enterprise on the private wealth side specific for Indian families. And it was an opportunity to be on that panel and also give some information about the Cayman Islands, among other offshore jurisdictions. So as a Caymanian being out here, whenever I meet people and they know that I'm born and raised in the Cayman Islands and I'm from there, they're always very excited because they've never met any Caymanians before. So it's always a wonderful experience to expose someone to know more about our country. And also I think it makes them think more about the Caribbean generally. I think we tend to limit ourselves in what we think we're capable of. And I think we're all capable of doing more. And I think it's sometimes just being put in the right spot or, situation where you also get to do something great and also learn more about yourself. I think Cayman Connection has a great program. I know that they have these awards now, and I think how they've grown over the years is remarkable. And also the fact that it's not just involving students, they're also factoring in involving students who have come back home as well, and then maintaining relationships with them afterwards, because there's so many different ways they can contribute to Cayman Connections. It's a case of just taking a step back, looking at where you are, what would you like to do, and then keeping connected with family and friends, with people you've known, and don't be afraid to ask for mentors or for guidance. I think people second guess themselves, so I think it's don't be afraid to ask for that, and you'd be surprised how much other people probably feel the same way you do.